So we are talking about how you plan, prepare, and execute an internal audit mission.
Okay.
So let's begin with the planning.
Alors, how we plan an internal audit mission. So we have to, before beginning an internal audit mission, we have to prepare the mission by gathering all documents, all informations related to the field of mission. So we have to analyze records on the activity under review. Under review. We have to discuss with colleagues which works on the field related. We have to read all previous internal audit report on this field. So this step can take about 1 or 2 weeks to collect all information, all documents, to discuss with the colleagues concerning by the topic. The purpose of this step is to how to say it, is to circumcise,
to get a picture,
to
get a global picture of the situation.
Yes, to take the global picture
of the department,
and then on the department, on the field, and then to focus to the most important area, most important area according to risk analysis.
Okay.
And according to risk analysis and objective of the company. So we have to analyze that in order to have terms of reference of our mission.
Okay.
So after this step, we have to present this term of reference of colleagues, first concerning by the topic, by the subject of our mission. So we discuss with them, and we have also, we have to take in account their point of view, their needs concerning our mission. After that, we can begin. So this presentation is generally done by a kickoff meeting.
A kickoff
meeting. So in the kickoff meeting, we discuss with them to take into account their point of view, to present our objective, our planning also, because any mission have a planning in terms of weeks or months. So we have to discuss with them in the first step. So after this step, we begin concretely internal audit mission.
Good. Let us first stop there, Mr. NIEE. You have gone very far. We are still in the planning phase. This, which means that internal control works with all departments of the company. Let us agree on that.
Yes.
Let us now let me ask this very sensitive question. The boss, the big boss, for example, of Orange Cameroon, does internal control also go there? Or yes, because he is the face, he is the boss of the company. Yes.
Yes. Is the boss who how to say it, who gave the go or no go for our planning, internal audit planning.
So he is the one who authorizes.
Yes. So before,
okay. Yes.
Before going to our colleagues, we need first to validate our planning with the board.
Okay.
Maybe council or CEO, chief executive. So our planning, we suppose in this step, we suppose that our planning have been validated by the boss.
Okay, please look at this thing. Look at these words. We need to obtain our boss's go ahead or approval. Go ahead means favor. Green light.
Go ahead, approval. Yes.
Good. So there are many ways to say it. We need to obtain our boss's go ahead. We need our boss's approval. We need to obtain our boss's green light. Green light means favor.
Yes. So I think this step can also we can also discuss about it in a special Zoom session. How we elaborate the pluriannual internal audit plan.
Yes.
And how we validate it with the boss.
Okay. So that is our session.
It's the zero stage before
the planning.
Exactly. Good. Now in a particular mission, we suppose that the long-term planning has already been validated by the CEO.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Mr. NIEE, my next worry you have not answered. Does internal control also do control of the boss? Or the boss is above internal control?
In how to test it? Normally,
yes.
In our internal audit charter, we have to review all processes.
Okay.
In a company.
Okay.
That is what is written in our mission, in our responsibilities. Okay. We have to perform internal audit on all
processes.
But when I say we do it with boss approval,
yes,
you can understand that the boss is the
boss.
Is the boss. So I don't know if he can approve, validate a plan or a mission where there is some topic that you can understand what I want to say.
Look at what I've said here. Look at what I've said. The boss is above the law. Above the law. Above the law means au-dessus de la loi. I'm asking this, Mr. NIEE, because most of the time I have worked with people, especially employees of private-owned companies where the boss is the owner, the proprietor. Do you understand?
That is another universe. Why the boss is
the owner.
Yes, me also. When I was at Expression, it was the same case. So the boss, the CEO, was brothers of the
owner.
The owner, yes, of the owner.
So, the owner was still a civil servant, fonctionnaire. So he brought his brother to take care of his his side business.
Yes. In this kind of company, we have some areas where
internal control doesn't go.
It's forbidden. And everybody know it, but it's not written everywhere.
No, written.
It is not written everywhere, but
anywhere.
Everybody in the company
it is not written.
Yes, but everybody in the company knows we don't have to put our eyes here or here or there.
Because look, Mr. NIEE, it is a serious problem because at the end, processes are meant to make sure that the company is efficient.
Yes.
Attains its objectives, produces results.
Yes.
But the processes are there clear. Then one day the finance director receives or the marketing director receives a call from the boss to give a contract to somebody. Which is not part of the process. That's not how the process is. I don't know whether you understand my problem.
Yes.
But is it different? Is it different from multinationals like Orange, Bisec, where you have worked? Is it different?
Yes, of course, very different because, as you said, the CEO is also an employee. An
employee.
Employees, yes. Though there is the owner. Who there is the owner who are actionnaire. I don't know all the stakeholder. Voilà.
Yes, stakeholder or no. The best word for actionnaire is shareholder.
Shareholder. What means stakeholder?
Stakeholder means somebody who has an interest in the company. It can be taxation. Les impôts have an interest. It can be the Ministry of Telecommunications in Cameroon for the case of Orange, or the Ministry of Finance in the case of bank.
Okay, I understand.
So stakeholders are how they call this? Les parties prenantes, toutes les parties prenantes. Good. So those are stakeholders, but shareholders are the people who put their money.
The owner, yes.
Good. Who put their money.
So,
good.
So it's in multinational is very different because there is a separation between the owners, which are shareholders, and the CEO.
And the management.
The management, yes.
But
in our country, as we know, the manager is
always the boss.
Powerful. So it's the boss.
Good.
So we have to manage it politically.
Yes. Which therefore means that internal control in every company adapts to the tradition of the company.
Of course, is recommended.
Okay.
We cannot do how to say it. We can't do without taking account the enterprise culture.
Okay, it's
impossible.
It's impossible. Without taking
it's impossible
into account.
Yes.
The company's culture.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you for that information, because every company has a culture, and but when it is not producing reports, when it is not producing, the company's culture is not producing results, is there a means for the internal auditor who knows the details to draw the attention of management that, look, this is what we are recommending for us to produce results? Please, you have to stop considering the company money as your personal money. See, the boss can fire you immediately. Yes.
But our mission is to give advice.
Okay.
So it's just the advice. The boss can
take or reject.
Yes. Oh, we formulate recommendations, advice, and the boss is
free.
Is free. Voila.
Okay. So now let us come back to.
Or not.
Yes. No, implement now, boss.
Implement or not.
Okay. So let us come back to the planning and conclude. You told me last time that in your planning, you have to read a lot of documentation.
Yes.
You also have to look at best practices out of the company.
Yes.
In that domain.
Yes.
So how do you get this information to compare with what is happening? Yes.
We have standard, international standard. Standard.
Yes.
Which we can find on internet, for example.
Okay.
But we can also work with another colleagues in another company in another country. We can, if according to necessity, we can contact our colleagues
out of the country.
Out of the country, after our company, in order to have the most recent and
practices.
Yes, the most recent and practices information
in that field.
In that field, yes.
So look at this expression, up to date. Up to date.
Yes, up to date.
Uh-huh.
Up to date. So, and also internal audit have to train the every time. This training is also to be able to know what is going on in the area. What are emergent risks? What are innovation in any field? So between internal mission, we have to train, we have to attend to various courses on many topics in order to be always up to date to any subject concerning our fields.
Okay.
So
yes.
So we are in a continuous learning process.
Okay.
I don't know if you can say it, but
it's a continuous learning process. A permanent learning process.
Okay. So.
And this word is not various, it's various.
Various.
So, Mr. NIEE, now, when you plan the mission, you told me that every mission has a TOR, terms of reference.
Yes.
So what, after you plan the mission, you bring out the TOR.
Yes.
And then in your department, the internal auditing department, do you have specialists, for example, in accounting? Do you have specialists, for example, in marketing, or everybody in the team must have up-to-date knowledge of all those areas?
But an internal auditor is supposed to do any kind of mission. But we have our prior field of specialization.
Okay.
There is someone who is specialist to, for example, IT.
Okay.
We can also have someone who is specialist to accounting,
okay,
or banking and finance.
Okay.
So in this case, we will be more easy if you made a mission concerning our prior field, but we are supposed to perform any kind of mission.
So, which means that the team has one focus, internal auditing, but on the team, there are people with specialized knowledge based on their prior background.
Okay. Yes. And by recruiting the team,
yes,
the boss should ensure that there is this
diversity.
Yes, there is that diversity into the team in order to be able to perform any field easily in the company.
Okay, I now understand. So when internal audit is coming, it is not just accountants. It is
no.
Everybody is there.
Yes.
Okay. So
my boss went to the University of Yaoundé 1 and he read mathematics. Now it's an internal, it's the internal audit boss.
Wow. Wow, he read mathematics in the University of Yaoundé 1.
Yes.
Okay. So let us look at what the preparatory meeting is with the department that is that you are going to audit. How do you go about the meeting? Do you first send them the terms of reference?
Yes, we contact the director assistant to schedule
yes.
the meeting, and we sent the terms of reference.
Okay.
Before the due date of meeting.
Okay.
So at the meeting, we go. Generally, we have the internal auditor who is supposed to perform the mission. We have the internal audit boss, and in the other hand, we have the director of field concerned by the mission.
Okay.
So this kickoff meeting is generally easy. We just have to present ourselves, present the internal mission, our purpose. We have to discuss about how we want to conduct the mission.
Okay.
different, how to say it, the way of work.
Yes.
Way of work.
Okay.
Way of work in the period of mission. How we have to communicate.
How we are going to work.
Yes, how we are going to work. How we are going to communicate our result. How we are going to present our result. So we discuss on that in the kickoff meeting.
Okay.
In our job.
Yeah.
We have to be transparent. Comment on dit ça?
Transparent. Transparent.
Transparent. Yes. We have to be transparent about all the la démarche.
Yes.
All the process. We have to be transparent about all the process.
About the entire process. The entire process.
So
okay.
Different step, different stage. We present them to the auditees.
Yes.
So after this kickoff meeting, we can officially begin the second stage. It means step of realization of the mission.
Okay. The step of implementation, not realization. La realisation in English should be implementation.
Okay, so, implementation, yes.
So the implementation stage. Okay. So the implementation stage.
Yes.
Good. Now briefly tell me about the implementation stage. How do you go about it? You can take the example of a department, yes?
So in this stage, we have to evaluate concretely process under review. So for example, if you want to know if as you the example you took earlier about a managing director who call their friends to get the contract.
Yeah.
In this example, I can, if I want to review the process of contracts, for example, I can take an how we say it, an échantillon.
A sample.
A sample, yes. I can take a sample of contracts or of maybe a purpose, and for any contract of this sample, I investigate to know if the process have been respected.
Have been respected.
So I will have many samples on various topics like that to analyze, to evaluate whether the procedure have been respected.
Okay.
So in this stage, I will do many tests like that. So in order to have an opinion, if, for example, I take a sample of 20 contracts,
yes,
and I notice that there are 10 contracts or on 20,
yeah,
where the process have not been respected. I can conclude that in general, or we not respect the process. So I do it for for any significant process, I evaluate by analyze sampling. By analyzing sampling. I can also analyzing data.
Okay.
I will discuss again with colleagues, interview to have information on how they conduct the processes. And so with this, there's information for any scope of our term of reference, we can finally have an opinion in how we conduct the process in the field concerning by our audit.
Okay. So that said, I want us to stop there for today because you have clearly explained everything and even some of the secrets. That every company has a culture, and if you go there as an internal auditor, don't bring the recommended standards, but understand the culture and follow it. So
it's our main, important.
Yes, our main worry now will be these words, Mr. NIEE, that we have to pronounce well. Don't worry, the list is coming. Good. So look at those words, pronounce them aloud.
Okay. Records.
No, record is the verb. Records is the noun.
Okay.
So records, yes.
Under,
good. Previous.
Focus,
good.
Area,
good.
Right, written.
Yes, written. Yes.
Multinationals.
Good.
Implement.
Good.
Implementation.
Excellent.
Various causes.
No, various causes.
Various causes.
Okay.
Priority.
Prior. Yes.
Priority.
Good.
Priority.
Yes.
Prioritize.
Excellent.
Concretely.
No, not concrete. Concrete. Le béton is concrete. Concretely. Good.
Concretely.
Yes.
Simple.
No, not simple. That is
Sample.
Yes. Standards. You must pronounce that D at the end. So what I will do, standards. So what I will do now is that we will, I will read aloud and you repeat so that when you are doing your revision, you will have to be practicing just this part for the pronunciation. So can we go? Good.
Yes.
So records. Under. Previous. Focus. Area. Right, written. Multinationals. Implement, implementation.
Implementation.
Various causes. Priority, prioritize.
prioritize.
Concretely.
Concretely.
Standard. No, sample first. Sample.
Sample.
Then standards.
Standards.
Okay. Thanks very much for that wonderful exercise. Please.
Thank you, Mr. NIEE.
Yes. What I know is you now know how to use the video that I sent to you and the chat window. Because there are some words that like you wanted to say ça dépend des circonstances. You said, you went and said circumcise. Circumcise is circonciser.
Yes, I remember in our first
video. Yes, the village you know, man. No problem, Mr. NIEE. On Tuesday, we will have, let us program another session, please. Tuesday evening.
Good.
So you tell me the time when you will be sure to